gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She likes the theater, but she never goes late. She never bothers with people that she hates.
Jeff was a singer and a guitarist before his cancer, and he used to earn the money. Jeff's things paid for a lovely big shop that we could have every week if we wanted to. When Jeff was out of work, we had to make choices, and I knew I had to pay the essential bills. Your mortgage, your gas, your electric, your water, you have to pay them.
I knew that there were a lot of people in the cancer sector that couldn't afford to have a mobile phone when they actually most needed it. And once people lose their jobs, they started with mental health issues. Nowadays, if we don't have a phone, you know, that is key to everything we do.
My main focus was I didn't want Jeff to have to worry that I can't contact Sue and I need her. My worry was I need to contact Jeff for my own peace of mind as well.
How many times a day do you look at your phone, whether you set it for your alarm clock in the morning, whether you put your shopping list on it, what you've got to get for tonight's dinner, whether you check your banking, whether you're on social media? They say it's the first thing we look at in the morning and the last thing we look at. But can you imagine if suddenly that luxury has gone?
When you're sick, it's an absolute necessity because so much is done online. I mean, if you're having chemotherapy, the hospital need to know that you're going to turn up, so they need to produce the chemotherapy on time. You almost are obliged to have a mobile phone.
I couldn't even afford my contract, and don't forget, and we were paying the 6 months off that we needed on 2 phones.
So you've lost one wage altogether, then suddenly the second wage is being cut down, but they've still got mortgage, they've still got rent, they've still got food shopping, insurance, telecoms, and suddenly services get shut off. You know, the mortgage companies can't wait for mortgage to be repaid.
We're such a small charity, we don't receive government stated funds or local authority funds, so we really do rely on the public's donations. It becomes very difficult to choose who gets priority when you have a child living with cancer who is desperate for support and an adult who is a parent living with cancer who is unfortunately been given a terminal diagnosis. Who gets the support first?
If you include the cost of a phone and 6 months support for people, that would come up to about £130, and 90% of your money goes straight to doing that.
Came across Simpal page, rang them up, spoke to Stephen and Blair, and he just said, look, it's no problem. You don't have to pay for this. You can have this SIM card and a phone as long as you need it to. You need to communicate with your husband. You need to communicate with your family. He needs to communicate. And within 2 days, a SIM card was on the floor.
You're giving them a voice back. You're giving them the chance. And even if someone just rings them and says, how are you?
I used to say to him, don't talk to me. If it's hurting you, don't have to say anything. Just tell me, are you all right, in a tap or a grunt or a murmur. And I could go back to work then, not having to worry.
It makes such a powerful difference to somebody's life living with cancer today.
I believe that somewhere in the darkest night a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, put it together for Sapphire!
I believe it's so in the great somewhere. touch a leaf.
Oh, I touch a leaf.